At Highland Valley Copper, 75 kilometers southwest of Kamloops in British Columbia, a Cat-11T crawler dozer was keeping a haul road bench in condition for a fleet of 230 toneladas trucks that could not keep it in condition themselves. The trucks were too heavy and too precisely programmed. An autonomous Cat 790F running on a dispatch-controlled route through the valley pit will stop and hold position if the bench surface beneath it falls below its traction threshold. It will not push through a wet clay zone on a Quince Metro's bench. It will queue, and every truck behind it will queue. And 200,000 toneladas de daily production will wait while the bench gets fixed. Fixing the bench is the D11T's job. Highland Valley Copper is Canada's largest open-pit copper mine. The valley pit reaches 800 meters deep. The porphyry copper deposit that created it contains zones of phyllic alteration, areas where the original rock has been chemically transformed into clay minerals. When BC's mountain weather hits those zones wet, the friction angle on a bench surface can drop sharply. The D11T working that bench weighed approximately 104 toneladas and produced 850 net horsepower. It was exactly the right machine for the job, which is why what it was asked to do was harder than the spec sheet suggested. Before you can understand what the Cat D11T was managing at Highland Valley Copper, you need to understand what happens when a 20-dozed truck autonomous haul fleet meets a bench that the geology has just changed on, and why that made the dozer operator's job more critical, not less. When Teck deployed autonomous Cat C8 haul trucks at Highland Valley Copper starting in 2018, the first deep-pit autonomous haul system in the world. The Merit Herald reported something unexpected in 2019. Autonomous trucks had increased the need for bulldozer and grader operators. Programmed with specific traction parameters, the trucks refused to push through a slippery bench. A wet clay zone that a human driver might have managed caused an autonomous truck to stop, queue, and wait. Wolf Nickel, Hache Uviki's president and general manager, had already identified Highland Valley as one of the first mines to use 500 prisms and computerized theodolites for real-time slope stability monitoring. The question was what happened when the bench changed faster than the monitoring interval. Before we get further into this, subscribe if you're looking for Canadian heavy equipment content that actually knows what it's talking about. This is where the Cat D11T's role at Canada's biggest copper mine gets documented properly. If you've run a Cat D11 on BC open pit bench maintenance, when the bench went wet, what told you the friction surface had changed before the blade found it? Leave it in the comments. HVC's 500 prism slope monitoring system is worth its own video. Now, back to the machine. Let me tell you about what a porphyry copper deposit actually does to a dozer bench, and why Highland Valley's geology makes the Cat D11T's bench maintenance role different from what the same machine does at a non-porphyry mine. A porphyry copper deposit is a large, low-grade ore body created by a system of mineralizing fluids that moved through the original host rock and chemically altered it. Highland Valley's deposit contains zones of phyllic alteration, areas where the original rock has been replaced by secondary clay minerals including kaolinite, sericite, and pyrite. These clay minerals are stable when dry. When wet from BC's mountain precipitation events, they behave very differently. Kaolinite saturated with moisture can develop friction angles as low as 8 to 10 degrees. Standard bench rock at Highland Valley, approximately 20 degrees. That difference is the difference between a bench that supports 230 toneladas de autonomous truck and a bench that does not. The Cat D11T working the bench has 710 mm extreme service track shoes. That track width gives the D11T a ground pressure of approximately 20 kilopascals on standard bench material. On saturated kaolinite, that ground pressure is not the issue. The issue is that the blade is pushing material that no longer behaves like rock. It behaves like a lubricant. And 104 toneladas de machine does not compensate for that. What compensates for that is the operator knowing the difference before the blade finds it. Here is what the autonomous haul truck revolution at Highland Valley Copper actually changed about the Cat D11T's role on the bench, and why the Union President's observation in 2019 was one of the most interesting things said about large dozer operations in Canadian mining that year. The Merritt Herald quoted the Union President directly. "It's kind of an ongoing joke at the mine that the roads are better now with no drivers in the seats than they ever have been. The autonomous trucks, programmed with specific traction parameters and no capacity to improvise, demanded a bench surface quality that manned truck drivers had simply worked around for years. An experienced truck driver could feel a bench changing under a loaded truck. They could slow down, choose a different line, shift their weight distribution across the bench, and get through. The autonomous truck cannot do any of that. When the surface falls below its programmed threshold, it stops. And because these trucks operate in convoys, one stopping means all of them stopping. What this created at Highland Valley Copper was a new operational standard for bench quality, maintaining a road-to-a-computer specification, not a human driver's tolerance. Those are two different standards. The computer standard is higher, and the Cat D11T has to meet it on BC mountain geology that changes with every significant rain event. Here's the competing force that the Cat D11T operates against on every bench shift at Highland Valley Copper, and why the slope stability monitoring system that Wolf Nickel described as industry-leading in 2006 is the same system that governs where the D11T can push and where it cannot. Highland Valley Copper was one of the first mines anywhere to deploy computerized theodolites, reading more than 500 prisms distributed across the pit walls for real-time slope stability monitoring. The system measures micro-movements in the bench walls on a continuous basis. When a prism moves beyond its threshold, the system flags the zone. The D11T working a bench is not just managing the surface quality for the truck fleet. It is operating inside a three-dimensional safety envelope defined by the monitoring data. There are zones on the Highland Valley bench where the D11T should not push, not because the machine lacks the power. 850 horsepower is more than enough, but because the bench geometry, the monitoring data, and the WorkSafe BC slope stability requirements for active bench operations combine to define where the machine can safely go. A dozer operator who has worked Highland Valley knows the monitoring system, which prism clusters are active, which benches are flagged. They know the slope stability data is updated on intervals the weather does not respect. The mountain does not wait for the next monitoring cycle. Neither does the clay. Here is what experienced open-pit dozer operators on BC porphyry copper benches know about running a Cat D11T in phyllic alteration terrain that no operations manual has fully captured, and why the Highland Valley Copper assignment tests the operator rather than just the machine. The D11T at Highland Valley is not a blunt instrument. At 850 horsepower and 104 tonnes, it can push through almost anything on a mine bench. But in phyllic alteration terrain, pushing through is sometimes exactly the wrong decision. The operator who pushes into a wet kaolinite zone without reading ahead can disturb the surface geometry the monitoring prisms are measuring. What the experienced BC open-pit dozer operator develops is a reading of the bench surface that comes before the blade contact, the way the previous push marks look, the color change in wet versus dry material, the way the bench edge has settled since the last rain. That knowledge is not in the D11T specification. It is in the operator. Highland Valley Copper processes 155 toneladas de ore per day. Every ton of that ore travels across a bench that the Cat D11T has prepared or is maintaining. The machine is that critical. The operator who reads the bench is more so. The Cat D11T has been at Highland Valley Copper through the mine's most significant operational transformation. The transition from a fully manned haul fleet to the world's first deep-pit autonomous haul system. What that transition revealed about the D11T's role is something the autonomous haulage advocates did not lead with in their projections. Autonomous trucks made the dozer operator's job harder, not easier. More technically demanding because the bench standard is more precise. More consequential because a bench failure in an autonomous corridor does not produce a cautious human driver working around it. It produces a stopped fleet. Wolf Nickel noted that Highland Valley had made a profit in 17 of the last 20 years, financing all capital from cash flow at a deposit producing 1,4% of the world's copper. That profitability runs on 200,000 toneladas de daily movement, on bench quality, on the D11T and the operator reading the surface. The largest production dozer Caterpillar builds does not work alone. At Highland Valley, it works with 500 prisms, a monitoring system, and the knowledge of what BC clay does when it rains. The Cat D11T at Highland Valley Copper is not a legacy machine in a legacy operation. It is the current machine at the world's first deep-pit autonomous haul mine, doing the work that the autonomous system cannot do, on geology that changes with the BC mountain weather, to a standard that a computer's programmed traction parameters require. Highland Valley Copper has produced approximately 350 millones de libras de cobre por año across its operating life. The Valley Pit has yielded more than 1,100 millones de toneladas de ore. The operation is one of the most efficient, large-scale copper mines in the world. None of that moves without the bench. The bench does not maintain itself, and the autonomous haul fleet has made the bench maintenance more demanding, not less. The Cat D11T is still on the bench. The clay is still in the ground. The mountain still does not wait. If this is the kind of content you want more of, subscribe. This channel documents Canadian heavy equipment the way it deserves to be documented. The machines, the conditions, and the decisions the spec sheet never covered. If you've run a D11 or large dozer on bench maintenance at a BC open pit mine, what does a wet phyllic bench tell you before the blade finds it? Tell us in the comments. The engineering behind HVAC's 500 prism slope monitoring system is worth its own video. The work documented here is real. The conditions are real. The iron is real.